Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Headline. This is our morning get together live here on Facebook, where we connect with one another and we connect with our city, Puerto Vallarta, through news, headlines, comments, all kinds of information that can nurture our lives here as a community of English speaking locals. It is such a pleasure to get together with you. And today, this is the last one of the year. Goodbye, 2021. What do I need? I need this. Yeah, it's like, thank you, 2021. Move along, move along. um, needless to say, I am high up on the clouds with gratitude and joy from last night's performance, and I can't wait to give you my own personal chronicle of what it was like, which I'll do at the end of today's broadcast. So don't let me get all too giddy about the concert, and uh, and we will move ahead with our usual set of. Oh my God, we have so much shade today. Well, not so much. We have one shady news item, but boy, is it shady! It just made me laugh, and let's see what else. And then we have more news, and then at the end we'll do a little bit of a chronicle of what it was like. But let's see, let's see, let's see. See, I am all scattered. I am horribly scattered, but we're going to try to do this right. And as always, anybody that is new to our broadcast, please feel free to let us know by using the word new, and we'll give you a proper welcome. And if you see, I'm all over the place. This is horrible. If you have any important statements or comments or things that you want to bring up to the table, please add the letter Q at the beginning of your comment. So, with all this scatteredness taken care of, let us take a look at the news. Let us take a look at the weather, and then we'll read through all your beautiful comments that I'm seeing coming in. This is what a great way to wrap up this crazy year and welcome another crazy year. But first, let's take a look at the news and take it from there. So let's put the shade on the table just because it's delicious. Uh, so all the festivities, the fireworks, the artists, the everything that's going to happen at the Malecon tonight, you would think the whole shebang being a massive event, the government of Puerto Vallarta might have run all these shenanigans by Jalisco's health board, right? Wrong. The Department of Culture claims that they did seek authorization for the Christmas village, but they never submitted any specifics about tonight's festivities. And the city is promoting celebrations tonight left and right with fireworks and live music and this, that, and the other, and inviting everyone to congregate on the Malecon. So it's not legal, or rather, it has not been authorized. So if you're out and about tonight, you know what to expect. So you know, you will be out and about knowing what to expect. Um, Moving right along, 4 days ago, there were 20 something cases of Omicron in Mexico. 4 days later, there are 250 something cases, with most of the cases detected in Mexico City and in the state of Mexico, Quintana Roo, Yucatan, and Tabasco. Other states have as little as one confirmed case. Meanwhile, in the state of Nuevo León alone, 26 cases have been detected thanks to sanitary filters at the city of Monterrey's airport and the bus terminal. And elsewhere, we learn that COVID cases in general are increasing in Baja California Sur, Yucatan, Quintana Roo, state of Mexico, Mexico City, and the state of Jalisco. Is this cause for concern? Absolutely. Is this cause for alarm? Well, it depends on how you look at it. And last time I volunteered any kind of commentary about COVID, I was shamelessly shaded by anti vaxxers through colorful correspondence that I received the day after. But I'm going to say my words anyway. You know, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a challenging year this coming year because we're all tired and frustrated with all the mandates and this, that, and the other. But but it has also been announced for the longest time that we're going to see increases during this season, even before Omicron was detected and announced. So, is it going to be? Is it going to get funky? Yes, it's going to get funky. But and I'm going to sound like a broken record. The best thing we can do about it is to follow the guidelines and to take care of ourselves and to make sound decisions of where we want to be at any given moment and surrounded by how many people and so forth and so on. Um, so let us write this one with the best possible mindset. I know that I've been talking a lot about mental health and emotional health. This is particularly important to me. So I'll be looking after myself and looking after you, hoping that you'll be looking after yourselves and looking after me. All things considered, if you choose to be out and about tonight here in Puerto Vallarta, public transportation will end at 11 p.m. And if you've been here before in New Year's Eve, you know that getting a cab after hours is a bitch. So um, think of your choices carefully as far as what you want to do tonight, and whatever you end up doing tonight, I truly hope you get home safe and sound after the party is over. Let us take a look at the weather and we'll take it from there. Snarky Weather says 2021 was somehow worse than 2020, so here's to continuing the trend for 2022. As optimistic as ever, and that's why we love our snarky weather. But the important information, it is 24 degrees outside right now, feels like 26. Humidity is at 66%, and our Fahrenheit information is 75 degrees. Our weather forecast for today, Friday, is clear through the day with a high temperature of 27, low temperature of 16. Saturday, it'll be clear through the day with high temperature of 28 and low temperature of 18. And Sunday will be a clear day with a high temperature of 28 and a low temperature of 18. 18, I said. Why did I say that? I have no freaking clue. Anyhow, let's see what else do we have for you. Oh yeah, this one caught my attention, and I think it should be rather interesting to dig into. Um, there is a new documentary on Netflix called Duda Razonable or Reasonable Doubt. It's a documentary about two kidnappings in Mexico. But the meat and potatoes of the documentary has to do, or have to do rather, with the fact that in Mexico, in Mexico's judiciary system, you are frequently found guilty unless proven innocent instead of the other way around. And you get proven innocent only if you get the privilege of that experience. So, since the documentary takes place in the state of Tabasco, where our president was born, apparently it has ruffled some feathers in the government. And the documentary was made possible after about 5 years. So, this is not a recent event, 5 years, and about 450 interviews with inmates in Tabasco. So it seems to be a very well done documentary exposing the failings of Mexico's penal system. I checked my Netflix account, and fortunately, the documentary seems to be available with English subtitles. So this should be an interesting watch for anybody that wants to get a closer perspective of how the the system works here in Mexico. And I'm not saying it's a good thing or it's a bad thing. It is just enlightening in that way. Um, what I have is slightly irrelevant. What I have next is slightly irrelevant, but it was shared to me by the wonderful, and I'm calling you this for the last time, my dear friend, Matthew Schubring of our own cluster. Matthew likes to be called Mateo. He has been living in Mexico that long, and he is this amazing musician that has peppered our conversations for so many, many days. And he's vacationing here in Puerto Vallarta, and we had a chance to get together, and he proved to be a delightful man and very, very well educated in music, and hopefully we'll get a chance to keep him closer here in the cluster and do an interview and just stay in touch. Anyhow, this next thing that we're going to talk about came to me from him. The pandemic has been a major deterrent for live music productions in general and staged musicals in particular, but this is not stopping Ocesa, which is Mexico's largest concert promotion and production company, from moving forward with their lavish new production of Aladdin, the Broadway musical based on the 1992 Disney animated film of the same name. And here we have a video featuring Rodney Ingram as Aladdin and Irma Flores as Jasmine, and they're singing A Whole New World in Spanish. You know the song, I'm sure. But why do we feature them? Well, it turns out that this gentleman, Rodney Ingram, is from Sayulita, just north of Puerto Vallarta. There is a number of remarkable, or there are a number of remarkable, there are or there is shit. I have no idea, but there is more than one. That's what I'm trying to say. Remarkable performers from Mexico that, for better or worse, had to build their careers abroad and find fame and fortune elsewhere to be acknowledged in our own country. This is horrible, but that's just the way it happens. And Rodney had musicals in his veins since childhood, but moved to Paris at age 16 to study music. He then moved to New York to climb the ladder, joining the ensemble of the Broadway production of Aladdin in 2014, and reaching his first Broadway lead in 2017 in Broadway's Majestic Theater as Raoul in The Phantom of the Opera. Ocesa, the production company, is frequently criticized for staging musicals in Mexico with foreign talent, so it's nice to see that more and more national talent fits the bill for these ambitious productions. Will Rodney Ingram, who is now 29 years of age, ever look back at his origins and perform locally? Well, who knows? But again, it's nice to see Mexican nationals getting the recognition that they deserve in their own homeland. There are other names that come to mind, but we're not going to go there right now. Let me now, what to do? So now we're going to talk about last night's concert. This may not be interesting to everyone, but it's what's going through my head, and I know that enough people wanted to learn more about it. So I'm going to give you my own personal chronicle of how the concert came into my life, or I came into the life of the concert, and take it from there. I think it was early December that Amy contacted me and told me, extended the invitation to be the MC by telephone. My first reaction in my mind was, no, I don't want to do this. But as I heard Amy and Fernando talking about it, I could hear the passion and the care with which they were embarking on this project. And I said to Amy, and then the more I heard about it, the more I realized, oh my God, this is the real deal. It's a concert. It's not a show. It's live musicians. It's music being performed. It's music being created organically, live on the spot. How could I say no? So needless to say, I said yes. And then, of course, I realized, oh shit, I have to wear long pants. and this is going to be the first time this year that I'm wearing long pants. Okay, that's I'll go out and I'll go shop for an outfit. But then I figured, what am I going to wear? I have to make a statement. So I started crocheting this thing that I wore, and my concert shawl, I call it. And I started like 3 days after I was invited to participate. And yesterday at 4 o'clock, I was still hooking the final row of the darn thing. And I found my way to the theater. I was told to be there at 6 o'clock. Between the invitation and yesterday, Amy and well, first of all, I decided I really want to do everything in my power to help propel this project forward through interviews, through mentions, and stuff like that, because I wanted it to be my personal goal to also encourage people to get involved or find out about it. And I was so very grateful to see many friends from the cluster and from my close circle attending. Anyhow, yesterday I was told that there was going to be a music director that was going to tell me exactly what to do and what to say and so forth and so on. I was like, oh my God, there's a music director? And the whole thing, just seemed like much more elaborate and sophisticated as things went on. I was asked to be at the theater yesterday at 6 p.m. And so I got there at 5:45, ready to go with my clothes. And the first thing that I see is dress rehearsal. Well, not dress rehearsal. They were doing sound check and this setup on the stage and technicians moving everywhere. And I thought to myself, oh my God, this is for real. I mean, these folks are, there's a ton of people, and I'm hearing the sound, and I already know that the performance is going to be absolutely electric. There was nervousness all over the place. Of course, everybody was thinking, oh my God, how is it going to sound? How is it going to sound? You want to remember and you want to keep in mind that even though the project started brewing and gestating, it started developing back 6 months ago. But in reality, Branden and James did not arrive here until the 20th of December, and they were the ones who were in charge. Well, James was largely in charge of all the arrangements, but you cannot start finalizing arrangements until you know exactly which musicians are going to play. So, for all intents and purposes, rehearsals for this one night concert did not start until, what do you like, the 21st of December, maybe the 22nd? And the whole thing came together in less than 10 days. As we were getting ready for the concert to start, needless to say, there are all the celebratory backstage photographs to get ready for the concert. I was first terrified that I had to wear a suit. I had asked Fernando what to wear, and he says, "Oh, we are all going to wear suits." I'm like, "What the fuck are you thinking? I'm not going to wear a suit because I don't have a suit." And then I was told, "Well, you can wear white or black or silver." And I figured, well, I could wear black, but I'm never going to wear it again. So I went out and got a whitish outfit, and of course, I peppered it with my celebratory shawl. And I was also given the option to do my presentations and then go sit in the audience. But I said to myself, no way. I mean, the audience felt electric from the moment I went on stage. I mean, I was before. Oh, and what a lovely touch that there was warm up music going on while people were getting on their seats. There was warm up music that I would have loved to hear because my dear friend Perla Alarcon was singing. I only got a chance to listen to her from backstage, and I declined the option to sit on stage between interventions because there is something wonderful to be said about the magic that goes on as you're watching a performance just off stage. And Amy was very excited, very nervous, but not nervous for not being prepared, nervous for just wanting to do the best possible job. So I stayed very close to her. Amy and I go back many, many years, and even though we're not the closest of friends, we are very close in spirit musically. And it was a pleasure to bring her comfort and to just the whole atmosphere was truly truly nurturing. And so I stood for most of the concert along with the musicians that were not performing. We were cheering from backstage, and I was just completely wowed during the first half at how everything seemed to develop. And then of course we get to the intermission, and all through the first half I'm thinking, fuck, I should have brought a better camera, and all these photos that I took were with my iPhone. But when I was getting ready to go, I figured, Paco, you can only do so many things at the same time, so just focus on what you're expected to do. But during intermission I did manage to do a little bit of this. How are you feeling this moment during intermission?
This is an awesome moment. It's one of my bucket list moments. It's like a dream come true. And I'm so happy to be surrounded by so many people I love and incredible music.
Gentlemen.
Whoop. We're so grateful to the community of Vallarta for embracing us and everyone here for who they are, and we couldn't be more pleased to be here tonight. It's such a special venue and such a special evening.
And fun. That's what music should be. It brings us all together.
Yes, it's the only language that we all understand, and we hope that this night unites everybody and brings us into a wonderful 2022.
So that was the spirit going through the intermission. Then we came into what I came to know as the Hogwarts second half, because everything became foggy and beautiful and wonderful, and we were all going like, whoops, there's a shitload of smoke. But it was a lot of fun. And Branden and James, I see your comment, Lynn, fell in love with this talented pair too. They couldn't have been more gracious. They were so wonderful to work with and learn from, and all the gratitude they felt towards Puerto Vallarta was absolutely palpable. So we continued with the second half, and it was just a great night. I felt rejuvenated. I felt jolted by the reminder that beautiful things happen when you put a lot of love into them. And having seen all the effort all these talented musicians put forth to be at the top of their game on stage, but not only that, everybody was involved in production. Everybody was involved in disseminating news through constant posting on Facebook, constant promoting of the concert. And this is what made the performance successful. I really, without meaning to throw any shade at people that perform and do things differently, I mean, this is really a textbook experience from which anybody that wants to bring their game up through better performance or better promotion or better everything to look at. I mean, it was really humbling. And for me, it was a great way to end the concert, and the energy that I woke up with this morning. Yes, I'm totally dizzy, and it's just a great way to look at what is going to be an interesting year, but hopefully one that is full of lots of great nurturing connections and love and inspiration. And that is, oh my God, and I forgot. Oh, this was so funny, so much a part of my own personal misery. So I grabbed my nice pair of flexi loafers to wear with my outfit, and I put them in a little suitcase that I brought with me. And so I put my outfit on, and I put my shoes on, and as I walk back and forth in the dressing room, I realized that I'm stepping on bumpy things like rocks, and I'm like, well, this is so bizarre. And then I looked down at my shoes, and because I had not worn them in over 2 years, the rubber soles of my shoes were disintegrating. And I was like, oh, fuck, what am I going to do? And I figured, well, I mean, nobody's going to look at my shoes from so far away, and nobody's going to care. But then I thought to myself, just knowing that my shoes are disintegrating is going to be enough to throw me off my game. Not to mention the fact that I did not want to leave cookie crumb pieces of rubber all over the stage for other people to step on and get off their game. So very quickly, I looked down at my feet, and I had worn my flexi sandals beautiful sandals, if I may say so, but they were formal sandals, that the ones that I wear everywhere when I'm walking around the city. And I figured, well, I'm wearing a Mexicanish outfit. I'm going to wear my Mexican sandals. And somehow I felt more grounded wearing my sandals. Okay, so that is the end of my chronicle of an unforgettable night. Thank you for letting me indulge in detail. But, I get forgetful, and I know that at least I can look back in a few years to this broadcast to remember everything that I know I will have forgotten by then. And now let us rewind the tape and take a look at your comments, if we may. Um, great welcomes, great good mornings, great wishes for a new year. Thank you very, very much. And thank you for that, Troy. I mean, everything was it was wonderful. Oh my God! And then during intermission, I managed to connect with a couple of you that were watching from afar, the streamers. This was great. I was so very happy that the performance was streamed. Um, let's see what else we have here. Oh, Logie, it meant to me, it meant so much to me that you were there, and you know that, and I love you, and you know that. Let's see. Cheryl says, come on, how much fun was last night? Great job, Paco. Pants and crochet, fabulous. Thank you very much. Um, you were the best MC. Oh, stop it. Whoever was throwing Butterfingers meant them for you. Oh, apparently there was an inside joke about those peanut crunch things from Canada. And I was not in, but I was in on the tequila shots that we were all doing during intermission. Absolutely. Let's see what else. I know I couldn't sleep either, Kathleen. I got home. I skipped the after party out of common sense, and I skipped the after party because I wanted to come home and prepare a good broadcast for you. So I hope the after party was successful, and it was just wonderful. Let's see what else. Thank you very much for that, Rita. I appreciate that very much. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo, Oh, that's right. Den is now on the ranks of the unemployed. Congratulations for that. I understand that your next door neighbors, Michael and Barry, tried to go sing you some cheers, but you were out partying. Oh, yes, of course. I was so happy to see Den and Kathy, with Kathy on the wheelchair front and center. I was concerned that the theater would not be well organized because they have that reputation, but very much to my surprise, and pleasant surprise, everybody at the theater seemed to be in the best disposition to produce a wonderful concert. Are some of the facilities starting to look a little skanky? Oh my God, yes. But it was nice to give that building some love by simply using it. I honestly feel that theaters die a slow death when they are not occupied by people, at least on a semi regular basis. Let's see what else we have. Um, this is so important. Amy and company certainly raised the bar for entertainment in PV. Absolutely, absolutely. And how good that is, Rita, and how wonderful it is that the more time passes by, this bar that keeps racing makes us all become better at what we do. And as an audience member, I mean, just think about the wonderful things that we can look forward in the future. uh let's see. Candace, it was great to know that you were there, if anything, because I'm still riding on my 20-year anniversary high, and you and your sister Cassandra were among the first people that I met when I got here. So this just has been absolutely wonderful. Let's see. Barbara's avoiding the Malecon. Dennis staying at home. I hear you. I'm having early dinner and then I'm staying home. I'm not going anywhere. Let's see what else. Do 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 do. Oh, Marie is finally here in beautiful and very hip Colonia Versalles. I think that is absolutely wonderful. I know you're gonna love it. I know you're gonna love it. Um, let's see what else we see. There's another question. Did the live stream get recorded? You look so handsome last night, Paco, including your crochet wrap. Thank you very much, Lynn. You know, I know that there's a not so secret way to download streams from Facebook. So I'm going to download the stream and keep it to myself for memory. But I also know the people that were in charge of producing the live stream. So I am sure that a high resolution video was made, and God knows I'm going to try to get a hold of it because I'd love to watch the concert from your perspective, the perspective of you who watched it. I tried to tell you a little bit about what it felt like to be backstage. We were all just dancing and cheering and applauding like true fans. It was wonderful. Um, let's see. Oh my goodness, Michael. Just left PV yesterday after 9 days of wonderful hospitality. That makes me feel so good. Planning to relocate in mid 2022. Well, Michael, you know where to find us if you come up with questions or concerns along the way. That is what our cluster is for. Um, let's see what else. Jose Luis, who is a Spanish teacher, and Jose Luis, who's been posting uh, links. Jose Luis, please tell me how we can support you because I want people to know what you do, but kindly run your links by me before you post them because that is something that we it helps the whole broadcast run better. Once we start putting links to this, that, and the other, then everybody thinks that they can do that. So please get in touch with me, Jose Luis, so that I can learn more about what you're doing. In fact, if you want to do an interview here at Coffee and Headlines, that is a preferred way to let people know how to connect with you instead of just putting links, which we are unfortunately going to delete because it's part of the way we run things here. But please, ponte en contacto conmigo y dime cómo le hacemos. Let's see what else. Oh, there you go. My Turner Todd doesn't want to wear long pants either. That's why I'm in love with your husband, girl. But in a nice, healthy, wholesome way. You know that. Um, oh, Kathleen and Todd, you guys are so great. You guys should be interviewed here. Have we talked about this? Oh, we talked about the fact that I don't know. I don't only want to interview my close friends. I want to interview anybody that has a great story to tell. So, guys, knock on my door. Knock on my door. Let's see what else. Barbara is right. You're right on my alley. You know, I'm still too uncomfortable in crowds too. You know, a lot of some of it has to do with COVID, and some of it has to do that I've just gotten so darn used to my solitary life and reduced friendship load that I get overwhelmed. Uh, I get overwhelmed easily, and maybe hopefully that'll change. But in the meantime, I'm just happy. I'm just happy with the way I'm making choices to take care of myself. Let's see what else. Do. Oh my God! See, that's yes. The Amy waiting in the wings. Just the you have no idea the energy exchange that goes on the wing of a theater when a live performance is going on. It's absolutely electrifying. So again, given the choice of being in the audience and being back there, oh my God, it is absolutely obvious. Uh, let's see what else we have. Oh, and for the record, we were all crying backstage. We all had tears. Da-dee-da-dee-da-da. I know. I know. What's up with rubber chingaderas that just fall apart if you don't use them? Oh, I have some rubber things that I haven't. No, never mind. I did not even start that concept. I don't know about the weather in this town that makes like rubbery things disintegrate. So who took off their shirts? Nobody took off their shirts. It was one of those concerts that it would not have been appropriate. Um, but uh, uh, but it was great. A good crowd for the show. I think it was a great crowd for the show. I know that there were more than 500 or 600 people there, which is not bad for a theater that has a capacity of 950 or so. Again, I bow in the direction of Amy and company for tackling that theater. Think about it. The theater a few years ago charged, I think they used to charge 30 or 40,000 pesos a night. to rent the theater. So just imagine how many tickets you have to sell and how many sponsorships you have to find only to pay for the ticket, the theater rental, and then just at least break even after such a gigantic effort. So I do think it was a good crowd for the show. But more importantly, I mean, obviously, I'm not involved in the numbers. I was happy to do my work, just for doing it. I'm sure also that the musicians must have been compensated somehow, but I think ultimately the best compensation that anyone involved could have gotten is the fact that you throw yourself into a well put together project, and the result is inevitably good. Um, and I sure hope that they made some money, for crying out loud. That was an expensive undertaking. Let's see what else. David was lucky enough to see and meet Branden and James in Provincetown back in 2020. And they're coming back. They're coming back in February. And I already told them that, if there's anything we can do to help promote their work, because it is so important that we continue to establish the difference between concerts and shows. I'm not saying that one is better than the other. There are great shows in Puerto Vallarta, but a great show and a great concert are two very different things. And there is a lot of opportunity and space in this town for both concepts to continue to evolve. As a musician, I just hope that the concept of quality concerts continues to evolve here in town. And it is something that is going to happen both because we as audience members are going to ask for it, and also because musicians are going to start setting new standards. Let's see. Lots of comments about the broadcast last night, which makes me feel really touched, because that means that a lot of you either were there or were watching from afar. How many people? Again, I think it must have been between 500 and 600. I don't know the exact numbers. And I also know, and I made a promise that I forgot to keep, and I will keep this on our first live broadcast. But I'll put it in the show notes. Actually, Branden and James and company are still accepting donations for the performance for anybody that was not able to watch it. So I will make sure to include those links in the show note today in case you guys want to send a tip their way. Da 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 da. Liz would like to see some stats on the concert and donations. Important point. When I'm talking about donations here, I'm talking about donations sent to the musicians. There was something that also happened with one of the local nonprofits. There was some donations being offered. I don't know the details of who organized that or how it went, Liz, and what the outcome of that was. But I will be sure to check with Amy to see what happened there. Hopefully good things. Hopefully good things. Let's see. Love to hear more interviews from the cluster. Again, knock on my door, because for better or worse, neither Luna nor I are telepaths, and we don't know what kind of wonderful things you're up to while you live here in Puerto Vallarta. The only way we can find out is if you let us know. Or if you tell us of somebody who we can encourage to tell us their story. Let's see what else. Absolutely. Fernando's story is very inspiring. And I had a chance to meet his son, this little short, compact individual who was in charge of selling their merchandise after the concert. It was absolutely wonderful. And that brings us to the end of our comments. Yay. So here we are at the end of our last broadcast for this year, and about to embrace a new year. I have a lot of good things to process, and I have a lot of bad things to process, because you have to have the positive and the negative to balance everything. Oh shit! No Colonia. Oh my god, I forgot all about Versalles. Fuck. Oh my god, that's right. We were supposed to do Colonia today. It's Friday, and this is how my mind has been. I totally did not set it up. So I think we're going to be one week behind on the Colonias. Please don't hold it against me. And yes, it would be proper to refer to my shawl as a rebozo, even though rebosos are traditionally rectangular. I found this awesome Peruvian pattern that is neither a triangle nor a rectangle. So, oh my God, I am so sorry. I totally did not prepare our Colonia profile. But anyhow, thank you. Thank you for another year of connections here at Coffee and Headlines, and thank you for making my day better every single day. Even on days in which you punched me and I punched you back, there's always some learning to be enjoyed if one opens one's eyes for it. Tomorrow morning will be pre-recorded. Tomorrow morning we feature not our resolutions but our intentions to become more connected as English speaking locals living here in Puerto Vallarta. These are free intentions that you and I are gifting to the broader community because a lot of these intentions came from you. How to become a more connected English speaking person living in Puerto Vallarta. Or as we put it, you're not an English speaking local until blank. So I will organize all of those for tomorrow's New Year's Intentions special, and I will be back with you live on Monday. Please have a safe and thought provoking, but in a good way, end of the year. And I'll see you again live and cheerful on Monday. Between now and then, stay home, stay healthy, stay kind, party as much as you can, but be mindful of yourselves. And that's it. Goodbye, 2021, and I'll see you in 2022.